Wow. Team Crawford says that fighters like Shawn Porter and Amir Khan, they trash, but it's needed in boxing. They're warriors, but they trash. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button for the latest and greatest in boxing. Let me jump right into it. Team Crawford, through and by way of Bernie, somebody from Omaha, Terrence Crawford's bud, no pun intended, bud. And, you know, he did a post where he was saying, and I'll play it. So I'm not going to make this too long so you guys can hear it. But, you know, I'm just going to paraphrase, but I will play it at the end of this video. He was talking about a variety of things, saying that, you know, people want to keep blaming Bob Arum and don't worry about him. You know, if the two fighters want to fight, then the fight should be made. He said a lot of things that I personally don't agree with. To each his own, though. He said a promoter never got in the way of a fight, which is ridiculous to think that a promoter has never gotten in the way of a fight. If you watch boxing, you can think of, or at least me, I can think of several fights in which a promoter got in the way. Like, look at Joshua Wilder. I think Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn got in the way of that fight, and they wanted to slow it down for Joshua, let him gain experience, let Wilder, who was a devastating, still is, you know, a #1 puncher. They wanted him to slow down and Joshua to get some wisdom, stuff like that. So yeah, there's definitely times where boxing fights have been stagnated based on promoter involvement. So that's one of the things he said. Then he was saying how Shawn Porter is trash and how he used to fight at 160. And what would he be able to do with Gennady Golovkin, which he doesn't fight at 160. Who cares if as an amateur he fought at 165? And I know that, you know, he fought Dominic Wade. So that's common knowledge. But I mean, he's a welterweight. He's been making weight diligently. The only mishap was during the Ugas fight where he had to cut his hair, but he still made weight, you know, so he didn't officially, the fight was allowed to continue. But the other thing is, I don't think it's the greatest look. Because to our knowledge, Team Crawford or Terrence Crawford was cool with Shawn Porter, right? But your right-hand man who represents your brand out of your gym, Bernie, is saying that Porter's trash. And that's Terrence Crawford's mandatory. So I don't understand the reason behind these moves from Team Crawford. Like the hostility. Once again, if somebody is your friend or you guys are cordial to each other, why trash Shawn Porter? Why trash Amir Khan? You know? So Shawn Porter's is mandatory. People want to see the fight. Just because you personally think he's trash, you know, is uncalled for. I think is real unnecessary. Then you have Bernie, who's saying things to the effect of promoters aren't the ones that get in the way. If the fighters want it, then the fight will happen, and stop making excuses for Errol, and why is he mentioning Canelo? To me, it sounds all over the place, but at the end of the day, promoters do get in the way. Networks, the big wigs, they do get in the way. But it's ironic that Team Crawford doesn't seem to have really much hostility publicly to and towards Bob Arum, right? And they're saying, oh, people keep blaming Bob and why'd he resign? Don't worry about that. I mean, how could we not worry about that when it's led to this chapter that Terrence Crawford is currently going in? And I feel like Team Crawford almost has a chip on his shoulder. You'll hear in the clip, Bernie said something to the effect of, you know, Bud's been a fighter all his life and he's always dealt with adversity and people didn't want to see him survive and make it. But to me, that's not even my issue with Bud. I've always showed the utmost for Bud's talent and supported his fights on the channel and stuff like that. So I don't know why Team Crawford feels like it's me against the world. I think people just want to see Bud fight top level guys. The PBC guys are doing the heavy lifting. Keith Thurman, you can look at Keith Thurman, you can look at Berto, you can look at Floyd when he was active, you can look at Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, Shawn Porter, any of these guys. They all fought top rated elite, currently elite people. Period. Terrence Crawford, for whatever reason, hasn't had those. In fact, Jeff Horn, I didn't even think he beat Pacquiao, but Keith Thurman just fought Pacquiao and lost via, I think it was a split decision. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification icon for more fire content like this. So, I'm gonna let you guys listen to it. I don't see if you're friends with Shawn Porter and he's your mandatory and it's a great fight and you may not be able to get Errol Spence or Pacquiao, why are you saying he's trash? Furthermore, they're saying stuff like, oh, don't worry about Bob. Don't worry about why we re-signed. And he also said in this, we're not businessmen. But your career is your business and you have to make decisions that positively get you what you want. But he's saying, oh, there's a man that's in charge of Crawford's career or helping guiding, who just washed his hands clean of Crawford's career and badmouthed and threw Crawford under the bus in Bob Arum, right? And he was going over like why Keith Thurman didn't get this, and I don't know how Amir Khan got 7 million. You guys will get to see in the clip. But to call Shawn Porter trash, that's your mandatory. You might have to fight him. So that hurts that. If you're hoping for it to do good, so it's kind of counterproductive. But despite, we'll take the Shawn Porter situation and set that aside, and we'll look at a fight that Crawford actually fought, which is Amir Khan. By you saying Khan is weak and you never liked Khan, and he, you give him credit for being a warrior in heart, but he trash. This is the fight that Bob Arum and Top Rank and Team Crawford, the collective Top Rank ESPN, decided to put on pay-per-view and charge people and then not promote it. So it looks crazy to me that Team Crawford has, this animosity towards Gary Russell, Crawford, or Errol Spence, or alleged Errol Spence fans or whatever. But Bob Arum's throwing Crawford under the bus, and you have no ill will or feelings towards that publicly. And this is the fight that they gave you for pay-per-view. So in essence, at this point, Bernie and Crawford are both on tape saying that the Amir Khan, they keep saying whitewash, which is not the correct, terminology, but they said everybody knew I was going to whoop Khan, basically. Everybody knew I was going to wash him and kick his tail. So by you doing that, how do you not understand why fans are angry with the level of opposition for such a great fighter like Terrence Crawford when you yourself are chastising, denigrating, belittling, and berating his only pay-per-view at the welterweight division? I understand he fought on pay-per-view against Victor Postal, but that doesn't make sense. His only welterweight pay-per-view, you just slaughtered it by saying Terrence Crawford, fighting Amir Khan. Everybody knew he was going to whoop Khan. You never liked Khan, and he's trash. And then now you're saying Shawn Porter is mandatory is trash whilst pushing for the Errol Spence fight. I just think it's unnecessary. Shawn Porter has talked about fighting, and I understand Team Crawford can be confident and say they want to whoop Shawn Porter, but nobody's doing this. Shawn Porter, Kenny Porter, to my knowledge, I stay in tune with what's going on. I haven't heard them disrespect Terrence Crawford. Shawn Porter, he's super, he didn't even cuss. Like, he said F that, you know what I'm saying? He censored himself. So it's just weird that Team Crawford, I don't know if they're frustrated with where they're at or whatever, but to say Shawn Porter is trash and his only pay-per-view, which is Amir Khan at welterweight, to say he's trash, it's overkill to me. And I don't see how you don't understand why fans want to see Crawford in against a better name like a Shawn Porter or Keith Thurman, or why people are praising Errol Spence if you yourself are saying his only welterweight pay-per-view is trash. And then the Kell Brook is the other big name that he fought at welterweight, guys that had a name and some tenure in the game, and Errol Spence beat him 3 years ago. So these are your statements mixed with actual facts. How do you not see why Errol Spence is being praised? Because he's fighting Shawn Porter. We're watching and seeing how valiant and how determined Shawn Porter was in the fight. I was literally in the Staples Center for that fight. So that's why people are giving credit to that, and it doesn't help your case at all when you say Amir Khan is trash, Shawn Porter is trash. You may have to fight Shawn Porter, and you did fight Amir Khan. So now hopefully this clarifies it. I'll play the clip. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I just think it's overkill. Like, you're saying all these other guys, Amir Khan and Shawn Porter, are trash. Then what does that make less accomplished guys like Mean Machine, who was really coming off and should have been coming off a loss against Ray Robinson instead of a draw? See, that's why it doesn't really help when you talk boxing through emotion. You know, if I'm to believe Shawn Porter is weak and trash, then what does that make Jeff Horn when I don't think that he really beat Pacquiao? What does that make Mean Machine? Where was Kell Brook at the point in which Crawford fought him? So I didn't think this really helped their case at all. But let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Also, sign up for ESPN Plus. It's $5.99 as a standalone app, or get the bundle ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all 3 apps for one low price of $12.99. They got Crawford fights, they got Lomachenko, T.O., and more. And Disney Plus just released a monster schedule. So, you know, I just don't understand all the disrespect. Like, it's one thing to say you'll stop Shawn Porter. That's something that Bernie already previously said. But to call the man trash and, you know, just be hostile about it, I just don't understand it. I don't understand what Shawn Porter did, whether you think he don't have a chance in hell or not. But I'll play the clip. Let me know what you guys think.
Or you deserve, whatever the fuck. But we give you the $7 million. How about the $7 million? Why wouldn't Bob do that if that was available? I don't understand. What would be his motive? They're all saying he holding them back, but why would he put out a product that he know he couldn't sell? If he don't believe in Bud, so he wouldn't. What would he do? I mean, I don't know. He wouldn't give Keith Thurman the $7 million, or I don't know. See what I'm saying? Just y'all listening to me. I don't want to be, you know, too. But I'm just saying, why wouldn't you? If you got 2 fighters already in the running, one got a higher upside. But you know for a fact nobody want to see Amir Khan. Why would you fork over what kind of shit, Marlo? Tell me. Do we do that? Do we do that? Why would you fork over a boatload for some bunk shit? Will we do that? No. In the game, who does that? Who forks over big money for bullshit? No. Unless it ain't nothing else to get. If that's all you can get, now I ain't gonna say you're gonna pay the boatload. I ain't gonna say but you're gonna pay. That's all you can get.
Are you done watching the TV?
But if you got an option to get anything better, everybody gonna do that. Everybody gonna get better. Why in the hell? So I can't say, you know, that don't make sense. So it's got to be more to it. If you listen, if you got to be more to it, it has to be more to it. Man, I'm saying them all good fights. They gonna sell.
Yeah.
Them all good fights. They gonna sell. They had Keith Thurman first. Keith Thurman was making waves. But what he do? He quit for 2 years. He didn't fight nobody for 2 years. He should have fought Bud in the time. Them 2 years that he retired. Well, excuse me, he had the injury. Them was the times he should have fought Bud, because Bud was coming up. Them boys wasn't as accomplished. Keith Thurman was accomplished. Bud was accomplished on his way up. And he wanted Keith Thurman. He was taking on the big dog right then. That was the fight to be made. Either Bud was going to jump superstar because they couldn't get the Pacquiao fight, or Keith Thurman was going to keep rising in his little spot. He was going to beat, but hey, he got hurt. Shit happens. So, I mean, man, you know, y'all trying to break the video up, or, you know, I get excited when I talk, and the point y'all making, I'm thinking y'all he talking about he destroyed me. I didn't understand where he destroyed me at. I don't understand where that man destroyed me at, because he said the Cowboys. Okay, he got man, this is crazy. Y'all gonna blame Bud for signing with a man, but nobody is still saying, can you tell me this? Why did Gary Russell never get the fucking Santa Cruz fight? The same details I want to know exactly, since people can go in there and got all this insight. Tell me exactly why Keith Thurman why they didn't give him the $7 million, or a Shawn Porter, or anybody else over there. If we got $7 million cash to give up, Who will we give it to? Why would we give it to a bum like Amir Khan first? Why would we do that? I'm getting us. Why would I do that? If I have $7 million to play with my number one fighter, pound for pound, why would I do that? Okay. Why would I keep doing business with a motherfucker who I'm not making money with? That don't make sense. The comfortability, I mean, it don't make sense. I'm getting it from all angles. Either they getting mad because he ain't fight nobody. Then he can't fight nobody. So I got to do something with him. I got to get rid of him or something. So how would I get rid of him? I would cash him out. Who was the best cash out fight? It's Errol Spence, because Errol Spence that's the number fighters they're making the way. But he never make the why? I don't know. I don't know. It baffles me. They say he don't believe in him, man, but if you don't believe in him, let him go. Amir Khan is faded. Amir Khan is faded. Amir Khan. I ain't gonna talk about Amir Khan. Amir Khan was a hype job. I ain't gonna keep going on that. I give him credit for getting a ring. Amir Khan, never liked Amir Khan. Never in my life. Never did I like him. Don't even quote nothing that he say. Amir Khan ain't even quote worthy. What is he? I give him credit for being a warrior. I give him credit for fighting just like a Shawn Porter. They gon' fight. I give them 1,000 credits for that. But they trash. They trash. You need everybody can't be superstars. Everybody can't be good like that. You need a little bit of everything. And they do what they do well. They do what they do well. But no, and they were successful, and they do what they do well, but they're trash. Shawn Porter, I don't like his style. Amir Khan, I never liked his style. But do they have guts, and will they try their hardest? Yes, they will, and I commend them for that. He'll put it out there, though. No, he don't have no chin, but he'll put it out there, so I commend him. But let's go. Come on, man. What's happening? What's up, Mike? So, yeah, I mean, the things I'm talking about, and then just like this, too, which I don't want to get in on that, but the fact that he even mentioned Canelo. You're a fan of his, but he's steady turning his attention away. Now, again, what kind of split will he get with Canelo? 50-50? Yeah, I'm sure. 50-50? Yeah. Then we already know Canelo have a weight problem. He know he can't make 60. And again, you think Canelo, because he is the face of boxing. I'm saying this, Spence is a big enough star that he would drop to 60. He would drain himself to 60. No. Nobody's making mention of that. You know that would never happen, Spence. Sounds good, but let's be realistic. Canelo can't make 60, and that's your ceiling, is maybe 60. Because I don't know how you do. Fight Tony Harrison, bruh. Fight a Tony Harrison then. Get you a good trial name or something. If you're going to fight 54. Let me say this too. Right. Let me say this too. The reason why Bud don't need Errol Spence because Bud is in his own lane. Let me say this too. Bud cares about being undisputed. Spence, if you ain't going to get on, then move the fuck on, dog. Tell him to move on then. Give up the belt, bruh. If you ain't gonna put the title on the line against the challengers and this and that, you worrying about the money and this and that, get your ass on. Motherfuckers is looking for undisputed. That's the number one thing. Bud would roll on. He wouldn't give a fuck who had that belt. I want undisputed status. It don't matter who you is. Let's make that point be understood. We taking too much away from the men. We're looking at the men. Let's look into the men. Let's look into the hearts and the eyes and the wheels of the men. This man wants to be undisputed. You've never heard this man mention about trying to make a big money. He said, don't cheat me out my money, but I ain't looking to make trillions of dollars, bukus dollars to fight nobody. I'm looking for legacy. So it don't matter who has that title. If Shawn Porter had that title, he'd be ripping that title away from Shawn Porter. But Shawn Porter didn't have nothing to say about Bud Crawford in that fight. Friends fight all the time. You crazy. It's about the money. They wasn't friends like that. That man have no intention on signing with Bud. No intention on stepping out the box. No intention on being a trendsetter or being a leader. He was going to stay right where he was at and do exactly what he did, is be a hoe on a stroke. Now I said it, fucking. Being a hoe on a fucking stroke. And now you're on a hoe on a stroke and Bob showing him he a hoe on a fucking stroke and tell him get whatever the fuck you gonna get, punk. You mandatory now. I ain't gotta force you. I ain't gotta beg you punk motherfuckers to fight this man. You know he been wanting to fight. Y'all been acting like bitches the whole time. I ain't gonna put up with the shit. Fuck it then. You talking so much shit, you think Bob ain't listening? You talking all that shit then, you make the fight happen. Your punk ass promoter don't want to do no business or whatever it is. He don't want to concede or nothing, whatever. We don't want to say nothing, public or nothing. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Let Crawford do whatever he do. But it's on y'all. Now it's on y'all, so it ain't on me. Bob said it ain't on me. Y'all trying to put it on Biden, it ain't on me. He the mandatory. He got business with WBO business, not Bob Arum. Shawn Porter has WBO business. WBO business. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that though. Fight, you deal with it. Let's see what Al Heyman feel. Okay. And if then he'll see how then he gonna get the money that he think he should get. 3 million, 2.5. He's stepping out the box. He done been a dog for everybody else, fighting everybody around, sending his ass around. Now you can't do nothing good for him. Al Heyman can't be sweet to him and give him a good more than he probably should get. Let's see. Let's see how much they think about Shawn Porter over there at PBC. Shit, get out of here. Fuck. You know Bob Arum, he don't give what the fuck. If he don't give a fuck about Crawford, that's what he said. He don't give a fuck about no Shawn Porter. So who give a fuck about Shawn Porter? Is it Al Heyman? Fuck. Is it the WBO? Who give a fuck about him? Let them motherfuckers decide, nigga. Step up. Is you the mandatory? Then do that then. That's what you want, the belt, right? Then do that. Don't worry about shit else. And like I said, we ain't talking about no fucking weight bully. Them is facts. Go watch Shawn Porter in any of them fights, in his first 15 fights. He look like shit. He don't look like nothing. Lord bless him. He don't look like nothing. Fuck. He don't look like nothing. So they trim him down even more. Trim him down even more. Come on. Come on. Which is great business. Now look at him. He's a world champion. He's a 2-time world champion. He's a two belt champion. Okay. He did his thing, so salute to him. When he go to bed at night, he look at them championship belts. He ain't give a fuck about what I say, but it's true. He know what he did. I ain't mad at him. He did it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, but let's be real. Them boys, he ain't beat nobody. If he was fighting at 60, what you think he'd do with Triple G? And he probably couldn't have whooped a Willie Monroe. Come on, man. Shit, 54? What he would have did at Aries Larry Londy? Austin Trout even. Get the fuck out of here. Box Shawn Porter up. Man, get out of here. So look, Ego didn't have nothing to say. He tried to cut me up. And all he talked about was the Cowboys. Fanon tried to cut me up and said talking about the weight bully, which again, I did not say that. I did not say that man. I mean, I did say he's a weight bully, but I'm saying, you saying Errol Spence. Errol Spence was a welterweight in. They keep calling Errol Spence weight bully. Errol Spence was a welterweight in the amateurs. Now he's a welterweight in the fucking pros. So he went from 52 to 47. So how much we got? 52, we got 2. We got 5 pounds. Shawn Porter was at 65. He had to make a weight limit of 65. Now, I never know how much he weighed, if he weighed 62 or I don't know what he weighed, but he fought at 65. So 65, 55, that's 10. I guess almost 20 pounds. That's 18 pounds, ain't it? If I'm not mistaken. All right. Who drops 18 pounds? That's like Bud coming from, what was that, 32? 32? 32 was his highest. 32? So we lose 18 pounds. That's 32. That's 22. 20. Bud go at 115. Some shit like that. From where? From 32? In the amateurs to 115? 18 pounds below? All right. Hey. 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 So look, I ain't, like I said, he did what he did. He stepped up, but listen, I get excited on them videos and know I'm not organized, but I know what I'm saying and I know what I'm talking about, and I can dispute anything that I say. So the most thing that I want y'all to know out of all this thing that I'm saying, yeah, me and Blue Blood, we had a good conversation. And like I said, everything they said is just to keep the stuff going. And I challenged him. I challenged Blue Blood Sports to, we're not businessmen. I'm not here to talk about a check. I'm not here to talk about that. And the fact remains, it'll be different if Bud fought those same guys, or if it was believed that if he fought those same guys, his pay-per-view numbers wouldn't be the same. But that's not true. So this man, before Errol Spence was when he was a peon, okay, you said about the re-sign. That's all they keep saying with the re-sign. Man, look, ain't no promoter never stop no fights. And I'm going to point this out again, what y'all don't never say. Y'all never take this to account still to this day. Why Gary Russell never got Santa Cruz fight? Tell me that to this day right now. Tell me. And they signed both over there with PBC. They both advisors. Tell me why that. What's the conspiracy? Tell me the conspiracy theory about that. And we can talk. Tell me, get into the inside about Bob, since everybody can go into got all this access. Get the details of why, if you had you had Errol's, what's this guy named? Keith Thurman. Why would you not give him the $7 million? Why would you not call him and offer him $7 million? Why would you not even call him back? Because it's in the business of making money. Why would you not call him back? Say, man, I got $7 million for you, dog. Why? When you know Bob Arum been around, at least he's seen that. Why would he? You know, nobody want to see him and fight Amir Khan. Boy, y'all gotta stop taking everything for what y'all gotta listen to what they say, take it in, and then whatever. I know that I'm saying this about a business. I understand the business. I understand that. And those things are valid points. And the cards are stacked over there on him, but why are y'all not putting enough emphasis on him as a fighter, as a man? Stop letting him hide behind shit like that. Champions don't do that. Champions don't do that. That's all I'm saying, man. Damn. Champions don't do that. And like I'm saying this too, he don't need that man because, y'all, listen, Crawford was an ascending star. That's what he said too. He said that I made the point that he lapped Crawford. Well, no, he didn't, because is he pound for pound? No. Is he pound for pound? No. That holds a lot of weight. He jumped weight classes. As soon there was no smoke in those weight classes, he jumped. He went immediately to the next thing. He could have stayed and languished around at 140 and defended those titles and parlayed that undisputed status and made a couple title defenses doing that. But he didn't see anything on the landscape that was worthwhile. So he went to chase what was worthwhile. Are we not understanding that? As soon as he ascended, as soon as he could, and we're beating this man down, we are literally tearing this man down for wanting to be ambitious. That's crazy. And then you see, like I'm saying too, the thing that's saying about Spence, you see the character that he has, just like the way that he talked, like I said, or whatever we give him. Because he's so irritated that people want to see him fight Bud, that he's so, just like I'm saying, he's disrespectful. He's disrespectful. Bud never disrespected that man. He gave him his credit. He always give him his credit. All right. Well, what is Spence doing then? What is Spence doing then? Like I said, he didn't already said enough. You know, he didn't already said enough far as I'm concerned. And you know, I really don't have much to say. Like y'all, this will go on forever. The man is too disrespectful. The man is too disrespectful. The man, I mean, y'all don't care. Y'all don't see it like that, but or whatever we give him. But you think you gonna get a Canelo fight? All right. You think Canelo would make 60 for you? You think, no, that's not gonna happen. And y'all ain't said nothing. Ellie ain't said nothing. Blue Blood ain't said nothing. Fanon ain't said nothing. Nobody is saying nothing. Everybody just saying, oh, it's cool because Crawford don't want to take 60-40 or 70-30. So it's cool. It's cool for that. But what he talking ain't even realistic. And y'all ain't saying nothing about that. If it was realistic, that's cool. If Canelo was at 54, that's cool. If he could make 60, that would be cool. But we know he cannot make 60. So for him to say that was just ludicrous, and y'all just letting him slide and glide and okay, Ellie, you know. But it take two parties, and you know Errol Spence don't want the fight. He's the prima donna. He's the darling, right? Supposedly. So what he say go? That ain't no Scottie Pippen. That's Scottie Pimpin'. No. Yeah. Yeah. So, but the purpose of this is y'all already know my stance on the thing about that. You know, like I said, they're not. Okay, why the fight hard to make? It seems. Right. Because Porter wants the fight. That's why. Because Porter wants the fight. How do you... Errol Spence don't want the fight. Errol Spence trying to find every other reason. That little 10%. That 10%... That 10% that either one of them are giving. Because they both can make cases. Either one of them are giving. They can both make cases, but the 10% they're giving, which is a 50-50 fight, that 10% that either one of them are giving is worth their legacy and worth the fans, is worth everything to do that. If the fans can't agree with that, can't understand with that, and really, you see how much of a bitch Errol Spence is. You see how much of a bitch Errol Spence is. In a world where really the dollar don't hold no value, they already got money. And this man he really been really respectful to you. Of course he wants to fight you because he's in his way, but he really been respectful for you. And you've been out your way to be disrespectful to him. Nobody's saying that. You talking like you bro, you really ain't shit like that. And I'm sick of you motherfuckers talking, boy. I can't wait to beat his motherfucking ass. I can't wait to crow it in y'all face. I can't wait to crow it in y'all face. That's the one, I just can't wait to crow it. I don't give a fuck who you is. All y'all fakers, cause all y'all fake. Y'all just don't want Bud to win shit. Y'all keep talking that man ego. Y'all putting shit in the game. Y'all talking about numbers and shit. Y'all ain't talking about fights. Y'all ain't talking about competition. Y'all talking about bullshit. But all y'all y'all ain't talking about no bull. Y'all talking all numbers. All numbers. This man is so dangerous. This man need an arm and a leg because he ain't coming back after this fight. He done. He toast. That's what even his fans feel the same way. All they worrying about is the numbers, and what he getting paid. Why y'all pocket watching, worrying about this man getting paid, not worrying about who he whooping, worrying about, man, the wrong thing. Man, they fans delusional. He got the worst fans. Because they don't expect him to be a warrior. Errol Spence ain't a warrior. Errol Spence is just a cold lame. He just a lame. And I don't really even mean it. This is just my take on him for real. I just see a whole, he really not, like I say, he come from a well-to-do family. And although I don't think that's just his upbringing. He ain't like that. He ain't no real, he wouldn't be cool if he couldn't fight. If Errol Spence couldn't fight, he wouldn't be shit. If he wasn't an athlete, he was just a regular nigga that didn't do shit. Errol Spence, I mean, he wouldn't. He ain't got no pop to him. Errol Spence, he a cornball. Errol Spence, Bud been a dog, man. He been a bully. He been a motherfucking dog. He been a dog. He been a dog. He'd be something, even if he didn't make it, he'd be a nigga around the neighborhood that you just know that beat people ass and you know something. I mean, Errol Spence, he'd be a motherfucking fuddy-duddy ass nigga, be somewhere, I don't know what he be doing, man. Couldn't tell you what that lame ass nigga be doing. But he ain't really with that shit like that. So I don't see nothing in Errol Spence. You ain't even cut like that. Y'all, like I'm saying, you ain't running. You running from the smoke. Everything you saying, you acting like a bitch. Like I'm saying, like you a big dog like that, my nigga. You know you ain't. Who is you? Who is you? Who is you? What you done? Nothing. Didn't even step up to 54. Nothing. Ain't did shit. Ain't did shit. And now you crying like a bitch about Keith Thurman. You ain't gonna give Keith Thurman a fight. Why? Cause he wouldn't give you a fight. Now you a hoe too. Now you want to be a hoe. Now you want to be a. Yeah, I'm just saying. Y'all don't even say nothing about that, y'all. But then it's okay for him to do that. But Bud can't shun if he did shun Shawn Porter. If he did shun, because they didn't want to give him the fights. But Errol Spence can go ahead and go on and go on. What them belts mean, Ellie? He got 2 belts. Okay. All right, let's see how them 2 belts help him when he get in that ring. Them 2 belts gonna help him when he get in that ring and get that ass whooped, Ellie. And I know you rooting for him. And I know you rooting for him. And I know you rooting for him. That's all right. That's all right. So this was, like I said, I mean, they gonna cut my videos up, and I really don't got much more to say. Y'all gonna talk numbers. Everybody gonna talk numbers. Keep talking numbers then. I'm talking about who gonna win the fight and when they gonna fight. That's the main thing. If y'all can't agree it's on 50-50, y'all don't, man. He earned a decision against Porter. What did Bob send us Spence? Man, I don't know. All right. See, you still a fool nigga still talking about Bob. Still talking about Bob. Still talking about Bob. They should be making it their business to get Bud in the ring. Shouldn't they be just as eager to get Bud in the ring? No. No. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. They should be. Bud should be far from removed from those guys. They shouldn't be thinking about Bud. No. Why would they want to fight Bud? He's not a priority. No, Bud. No. Okay. It's not on them. Everything is on Bud and Bob Arum. Man, y'all. That's why we gonna make all your nightmares come true. When we undisputed. When we undisputed. That's when we gonna make all your nightmares come true. And it's gonna be sad. It's like he been doing his whole life. A lot of people didn't want to see him where he at. Y'all don't want to see him. Y'all think it should be somebody else, but it's too bad. It's him. It's too bad. It's him. And it ain't gonna be Errol Spence. It ain't gonna be Errol Spence. Errol Spence is toast. Errol Spence is toast. His time is coming. Who he gonna whoop? He ain't gonna whoop nobody. Errol Spence ain't gonna go nowhere, bro. I'll mark my words. All right. I'm done talking. Where Errol Spence gonna go without Bud? Cause we know he's not gonna get Canelo. So where's his next fight at? He gonna fight his stablemate? He gonna fight old boy Charlo? They gonna have to get it on. They gonna have to get it on. Or they gonna boost everybody up. Big bro gonna go to 68. He gonna go to 60. And he gonna go to 54. That's how they gonna run that. He gonna jump, he gonna jump, he gonna jump. Man, get out of here. Yeah, man. Listen. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. We, at this point, we just want to see the fight. But his fans don't want to see the fight. Daniel, what's up, son? What's up with the kid? You working? Yeah, we be back this week. 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 So, I mean, man, this is just... I'll never see how many... Man. Just imagine. Because listen, I'm not spending nobody's money. Ego ain't getting none of Spence money. He not getting none of that money. All people that's talking about how much Spence gonna get and what he deserve, y'all ain't getting none of that fucking money. What the hell do you care? I just don't get that. Why? I care about what he make. I just want to see him fight because I'm attached to him somehow. I'm attached to him. With a fighter, I'm attached to him. Something about him, I see myself in him or something. I'm attached to him. So I want to see him win because when he win, I win. But when he get paid, I don't get paid. Unless I'm with him, up under him. That's about the most bit. Other than that, what the fuck do I care about him getting paid? I want the next man to get paid too. I would say, brother, be about your business. I definitely encourage everybody to be about their business, but that ain't the end all to be all.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.